It is once a season that the TI Racing League goes across the pond and over into the European country to race at a very famous track. Well, this year we get to go to Belgium, and we're at Spa-Francorchamps. No, I did not practice saying that name. I actually knew it. But we welcome you in tonight to the finale for TI Racing here at Spa-Francorchamps, an over 4-mile road course that you can easily say looks like a bird or an airplane. Look at the map. You'll see what I'm talking about if you look real closely. And we welcome you to Spa for the TI Racing finale here in the Grublets on Ice IndyCar Series. I am the captain, Chris Scala. We welcome you in tonight. We crown a champion as we wrap up season number 4 of the season. I had to make sure Gary real quickly on that one. But yeah, season 4 gets wrapped up here, and we get ready to go to the off season and get ready for what's going to be a wild and some might say very different season 5 when it is all over with. But tonight we get to go racing for 32 laps around this over 4-mile course. 73 degrees, 83 degree track temperature, plenty of elevation changes and so much more. And bring in my partner Gary, who is actually on location with me here, but he's not next to me. I actually have him supplanted on a beam over at Eau Rouge, and you'll learn Eau Rouge here in just a few minutes. But Gary, we have a 2-car battle now for the championship tonight, and it's going to quickly become one if we don't get a couple more people. We've got a decent-sized grid, usually bigger, but we've got a championship race still to settle.
Yeah, sure do. And right now, Mass says that we are down to 2 drivers pretty much in the championship for the number 1 placard to be worn on the car for next year. But as really it's going to be if Eric can start and pretty much just finish in his current position anywhere. If we have I think right now we are currently at 13 entrants. That's not going to be quite finishing low enough to allow Caleb to finish high enough to then make up the ground. So right now we're just looking at just very simple math says that it could just be very simple for Eric to take to green flag in 1 lap, and that will pretty much decide the championship. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to talk about what happened. But first, we have to go back a week ago. Pocono Raceway. It was the last of the Grublets on Ice, Captain TV. I knew I was going to do that, Cody. Redallion. Eau Rouge is the turning part, and then Redallion up the hill to the straightaway. I knew I was going to get that wrong. Anyways, Pocono last week turned into a controversial race in the last Captain TV Triple Crown event. And basically, long story short, we had a lot of cautions in that race and a lot of mistakes made. And it came down to a situation to where one driver, unfortunately, is not here tonight. And, yeah, there were some consequences. So I'm going to go ahead and just put it out there and talk about what happened here, because I think it's a big topic for us to get into as we got about 5 minutes before qualifying, or before race starts here. Just want to get your opinion real quickly. So late in the race, there was an incident where Dakota DeMed was coming off pit road, and made contact with the points leader and leader of the race, Eric O'Connor. O'Connor wrecks, brings out the caution. Okay? And then, of course, later on in the race, Caleb Bensie, who was at the time running up in the front, he was trying to get the best finish possible, and he ends up losing positions and then eventually wrecking over in turn 1. Tough situation in the end, but it was declared that Dakota wrecked Eric on purpose to try to help teammate Caleb Bensie. So Dakota's not here tonight. He's been suspended out for obviously this race, which finishes his season. Gary, let's talk about that because it was a very big topic this week.
Ooh, yeah. There were a number of topics going into that race, but really coming out of that race, a lot of the topics and concerns that people had going in were kind of quieted after what happened during. I will say, from a driver's point of view, I needed that caution to come out at that point. So while I was on another side of the track, I was oblivious to what was going on. So I didn't really learn until I watched the stream afterwards about what's going on. Not really sure what to say. All I can say is when you're around the leader and you're lap traffic, you need to be always aware of where that leader is and to give that leader plenty of room. One of my favorite Indy 500s I like to watch is the 83 500 where you kind of had Allenser Jr. Running interference for his dad in the closing stages, trying to hold back Tom Steva. That's one way of doing it, but you don't want to wreck the guy. You just want to kind of hold up that type of thing, but you don't want to wreck the guy, and you don't want to do it. In this case, it was ruled intentional, and that's probably the most serious of all consequences when it comes to any type of racing, whether it be real racing or sim racing, is intentional wrecking, and it typically comes with a pretty stiff penalty. In this case, we're looking at a race suspension. Very unfortunate, and I never thought that something like that would ever happen in this type of league. But it did, and I'm hoping that people see what happened, learn from it, and not repeat it.
Yeah, that's well said there. So that's basically what happened in a nutshell. What took place. Dakota's not here tonight, unfortunately, and there's some other drivers not here tonight, not because of that incident, but just for reasons. So because of that, we have the field we have. And we're going to go with what we got, and we're going to move on, because I've always been told if you look in the rearview mirror for too long, you eventually wreck. So we're going to move on and look ahead at this, and we're actually going to, we're going to talk to a couple drivers, and ironically, both of them just spun on track. So let's see if I can get one of them in here with me with us right now here. As we'll let's bring Alex Vandesand up here. Alex, I know you just spun over there on the tracker. You got a second to talk, or are you going to go out there and hot lap for the pole?
I don't think I have time now.
Okay. All right. I didn't want to interrupt you, so I wanted you to be able to have a chance to get that pole if you wanted to. So, but you're third fastest right now, Alex. But it's been announced in the league, and I was asked to bring you up here, surprise, to talk a little bit. You're going to be moving on to another series after tonight, and putting your efforts over into that. And you're actually running a race. As soon as you leave here, you're going to find a way to somehow get back to America within 30 minutes. Good luck there. And but in all seriousness, tonight you're moving on and stuff. And talk about this season, because it's been bad, unfortunately, just bad luck.
Yeah.
For the most part. But talk about your experience here, because obviously I was there a couple seasons ago. You got that Indianapolis win, and that kicked off a hot streak for you where you were winning races left and right, and unfortunately I've been here for the bad part too. But your experience here and all the fun you've had in this series.
Yeah, no, that's the best way to put this season, or at least the first half of this season, really. This was my first league that I ever joined in iRacing. I was at Road America for the IndyCar race last year, and I got a DM on the forums from Jim just saying, "Hey, I've seen you in these open lobbies. Do you want to come race in this league for me?" So decided to. Hopped in the car with about an hour of practice for Spa. There was a pile up on the first lap. And I ended up with the top 15 finish, which I was proud of because it was my first real attempt at a road race in the IndyCar. So, and then by the end of that first season, the second season of this league, I was fighting for second in the championship with my teammate, which was just crazy. So, I've learned so much here in these last 3 seasons, and I'm super proud of how far I've come, and yeah, and how far the league's come as well. It's grown just exponentially every season. It's the competition's super tight up here at the front of the field now, and so it's been a real challenge. And so the start of this season, wasn't great. I was getting frustrated with my equipment, then getting used to my new equipment, and now I've really got a groove.
Can I get a mic check, please, guys?
And so, so been feeling a lot better. Hopefully I can end this one strong.
Well, and they picked the perfect track, and I know they say, Alex, you went full circle. You started at Spa and you're ending at Spa, but I don't know how you go circle on this track configuration. So you're going road coursing, I guess we'll call it, instead of a circle. But needless to say, you've had the fun experience. What would be your favorite moment? Would it be the Indianapolis win? Would it be just the experience of being with these guys? Talk about that.
Yeah, that Indianapolis win was, that was my first real win in a league.
Mm-hmm.
I had won a couple low strength of field, like official races, but that was definitely my biggest win at the time. And that was just like a huge confidence boost for me. And then following it up with a win at Mossport the next week was awesome.
Yeah, you ended up winning 3 of your next 4, I think, because you won. Was it Watkins Glen? You won another race later on.
So I missed out on the championship at Watkins Glen that first season, and then I won the season opener at Brands Hatch Indy.
Yes,
by, almost lapping the field. That was cool too. But.
Well, that just shows how much progress you made, and I know on a personal side, we're going to be racing probably a lot with each other because you and I got kind of similar goals this season for things we want to get out there and race and stuff. But we'll let you go get ready for the race, man. Congratulations on that. And viewers, make sure you go check out Happy Trails Chili Mix, something that his family is real popular with, and you can go to Amazon and purchase it and have it shipped to wherever you are. And make sure you go get that checked out. But Alex, we wish you nothing but the best, man. I'll see you out there on the track, obviously, and I appreciate all the advice personally you've taught me when we've run our endurance races together, and I'm sure we'll have more coming up in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure. Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. Alex Van Descent there, join us, and he's going to get ready to go race. And we were going to talk also to Craig Forsyth, but I do not see him still over here in Discord. So. Yeah, anyways, Gary back here with us. Actually, he's up there at Redalion, Eau Rouge area. How's the elevation up there, buddy?
Hey, it's great. The weather's fine. The geraniums are awesome up here, and I'm just sipping on a nice little beverage, watching these cars come right to this thing they kind of call a turn up here, going onto the Kimmel Straight. And we know it's not named after Jimmy Kimmel, because if
Frank.
it was named after Jimmy Kimmel, it would be going left.
Well said. And Frank Kimmel will be in the same ARCA champion, by the way, for those who don't know the ARCA.
I'm all right with him. I'm totally all right with Frank Kimmel.
Hey, real quickly, we'll take a look at the driver points as the cars grid up here. There's the driver points entering, and it looks like we do have 14 starters. So Craig Forsyth starts this race. There is one chance that Caleb Bensey wins this championship, and we're not wishing any ill will on anybody, but basically what would have to happen is Caleb wins and Eric finishes last. That's the only way it happens. So that's basically the easiest way we could sum up the driver points. Team points pretty much locked up. TI Racing going to break the stranglehold that LMCgear.com has held for the last couple seasons there. So that's basically what it looks like there. And for the first time in 6 weeks, or 3 weeks, I should say, Eric O'Connor's not on the pole. The other side of the news is, though, 6 straight weeks that a TI Racing member is on the pole, and that's either Isaac Morris or Eric O'Connor. That dates back all the way to Mosport when Ed Kerstetter won the pole. So basically only had 4 pole sitters all year. So thankfully IndyCar does not run a version of the Budweiser shootout or the Busch Clash, whatever you called it back in the day for NASCAR, because there'd be 4 cars. Now, granted, 1980, the Busch Class only had 8. But anyways, we digress. Yes, viewers, appreciate you guys watching. I see one guy got the Indy cars mixed up with F1. Hate when that happens. All right, starting lineup for the race as we get ready to wrap it all up here. Isaac Morris, Eric O'Connor going to lead them to the green. Alex Van Desant, Caleb Bensey right there in 4th position. You'll notice the names on the tower are going to be in green, those who are still in the championship race there. Cohen Evans will start inside of Lester, and I've been practicing this.
Drum roll.
Ryhorchek. I believe
All right.
that's how it's pronounced. I don't know because I've never talked to the man. But Lester is here tonight, and Edo Vila making her debut in the 93 car this evening. Going to start their 7th. Cody Claiborne and Matt Houston. Jim Herrick, who says this is actually his best track. Look for maybe Jim Herrick to surprise people tonight. Justin Miller, Dan Marrera. Jacob Locklear picked a heck of a track to make his debut at. And Craig Forsyth here in the 27 car, still racing with hands, not feet, out there on the grid.
A little bit longer.
Yes.
A little bit longer, he says.
Nothing wrong with that. Get yourself healthy there. But as they come up to the final chicane here, Gary, your thoughts here before we go racing for 32 laps?
You know what? I just want to see a nice, non-eventful, but competitive race after the last couple of weeks we've had. Let's get these guys going. They're getting ready to take green right here, and let's get this season going and finished so we can crown Le Champion.
They don't have a tower. They got the guy standing on the grass over there waving the green flag because they're doing the Grand Prix circuit over here at the Spa-Francorchamps course as we go green. Up the straightaway here as they head into Eau Rouge and Redalion. This is where Gary's planted right now. Wide open pretty much up here.
Yep, they just flicked the wheel just a little bit to come through that little bit of a kink, and already Van de Sande is up to P2, looking and stalking P1 Isaac Morris.
And a lot of draft here. You got push to pass all coming into play here, so many factors. Everybody so far so good. They didn't pile up like season 1. And believe it or not, I've actually got a track map myself tonight to get some names right, even though half of them I can't even pronounce. Well, we'll leave that to Gary.
Actually, the time when they leave La Source
Uda Vila is already wrecked. And it looks like Jacob Locklear is wrecked.
Oh, okay.
So 2 cars already, and Edu is gone to pit road. So her debut didn't last long, unfortunately.
So from the point they leave La Source all the way up to turn 7, that is the longest period of these cars this season being on the accelerator other than on an oval. So the longest straight that these guys will have all season long, or continuous length of being on the accelerator, is that point right here all season long. Last year it would have been, of course, at Le Mans.
So Locklear spins it out coming out of turn 1, La Source. I remember it off the top of my head. And trying to see where Edu wrecks at. Edu had already wrecked at that point, so let's back it up.
Tell you what, Alex is going to probably take a look on the inside coming down to La Source. He is close enough. He is going to dive in. Nope, he's going to get right back under the box there.
You don't have an Edu. She goes into turn 1 here, and a black Raceverse car, not sure who that is, just clips the right front tire and breaks it. And she's done just like that. I think that might have been, I'm going to check here in a second. It was Matt Houston in the 66 car, that black 66.
Wow, coming into 7, Isaac was taking a very defensive position to keep Alex at bay. In the meantime, Alex was having to contend with Eric right behind him for that position. So these top 3, it is a dogfight right now at the top of the order here.
All 3 of them within 0.7 of a second of each other, and it's 2 seconds back to Caleb Bensey. Alex wanting to put on a show tonight and leave with a bang. Almost won a mic drop. Shades of CM Punk in Chicago. So we thought.
That's a pipe bomb, but I don't blame him.
But the difference is he came back the next night. Anyways.
Right.
Now, as you mentioned, the long straightaway here, it's not really straight at all.
No, it isn't.
It is far from straight. Pardon me what you just saw on the screen.
I don't know if you're able to show the track map.
That's what I'm actually working on, is getting the track map up. I have this.
Going wide, coming in, going wide into the chicane there. Alex was taking a look. He didn't able to pull it off, and now it opens the door for Eric. Eric's going to look on the inside, coming down to La Source.
Oh, defensive move.
Alex takes a blocking defensive position, not a block defensive position. It's going to come side by side through there, and they are going to go side by side up through El Rouge. Here they're coming to me. Check it out.
Yeah, this might not be such a good idea. Somebody better figure something out quick.
Everybody duck. Everybody duck. And they settle it up straight up there. They settle it between they get in the straight line there. That's what I'm trying to say. And Eric now is
I know what you meant.
P2, and he's trying to run down Isaac. Oh, also coming into 7. Looks like Cohen gets a look on the inside of Mincy and pulls off that move to move him up to 4th place.
Nice job by them real quickly. And unfortunately, I got a black screen for it. I got to figure this trick out sometime this week. I don't know why this happens to me. But basically, on the stream, I have to go out of the race session and close this app. I got to figure out how to not have to do that anymore, and I apologize to the viewers for having to do that. That's why I waited for the battles to stop before I did it. But me and Julian are actually talking about Altena. Him and I are, however you say his last name. Apparently, a whole year later, I'm still getting it wrong. But
well, as I said, it's Americanized for me, Altena, and I'm given permission to say that. But apparently, it's there is a correct way to say it that's not Americanized.
Oh, well, there you go. And now, of course, everything on my program has gone back to the way it was set up before. This is backfiring on me majorly right now. So I want to let Gary talk here for a second. Gary, you got this for a second.
Well, we got this. We got O'Connor. He's definitely gone through his pushes the passes. He's taking a look on the outside, coming into the chicane right here, coming into the flag stretch. He has already used 3 push to passes, and he's probably looking to line up here another one as they're coming down to La Source. The top 6 actually have kind of pulled away for the most part.
So basically, everything has reset itself. Oh.
Morris goes wide at La Source, very wide. I don't know if that was planned or not. And that gives Eric a little bit of a run coming up into Eau Rouge.
So for those watching on the stream, basically everything on mine has reset itself back to the previous thing for some reason. I don't know why. But let's see if
Caleb gets a position back from Cohen coming into. Oh, Alex around and into the wall. Into the wall on 9. In turn 9, I believe. He's around and into the wall. And so that's going to move Caleb now up to P3. Evans up to P4, and our man Lester now in the top 5.
And we'll see how much damage he hit the tire barrier, which, he might be in worse shape because he's spinning again.
And this is a long way around. This is the longest track they've been on since
Road America, right?
Well, Road America was a straight 4 mile. This is 4.3, so this is the longest track they've been on since Le Mans.
Oh, right. So, totally wide instead of just this season. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Now I'm having all types of issues over here.
So yeah, if he wanted to drive that back and he had a damaged suspension, that's where they are in that place of the track. They're probably another 3 miles away from getting around to the pits. That's going to be a long, slow, frustrating drive.
All right, let's. I should be able to show the replay here real quickly at Alex. This is what happens to him. Wow. Goes down in the corner. Just catches too much of the curve, it looks like, and it just tail whips on him. And he hits rear first into the wall. And continues on. So just a tough break there for Alex. And he keeps on going here as Isaac now pulls away. He's got about a second on Eric O'Connor, his teammate. And Caleb Bensi up to 3rd, Cohen Edwards 4th now. He got by Lester just a few minutes ago, but Cohen's some 4 seconds back here as we complete lap number 4 of the 32. Remember, tonight, these guys have to run both tires, so they will have to run the blacks eventually. And I've been told that the blacks actually are sliding a lot on the track, so you're going to see potential wear out of those cars here this evening out of the tires, but could see maybe more out of the blacks than the reds, Gary.
Yeah, actually, I'm not very familiar on how many stops they're going to have to do here. Being that this is a long course, I would probably expect 2 stops.
Well, if you remember, Road America, they go 14 laps on a tank of fuel, and that track was a little bit smaller. So if they go, say,
smaller.
Right, so maybe 12, 11 laps. If that's the case, you're looking at a two-stopper. If you get closer to 10 laps, now you got a potential three-stopper on our hands.
Hey, let's take a look back at third place. We got Caleb and Cohen are really battling that out right now.
Two respectful drivers here. Caleb, obviously one of the more consistent drivers we've had over the last couple seasons. Cohen Evans won the championship what will be 2 seasons ago in his fierce battle with Alex Van Desant, and also Isaac Morris at one point in that race.
Eric is all over the back end right now of Isaac. They're coming into the chicane. This is the turn 19 and 20 complex coming down La Source.
La Source is the, I don't even want to call it 180 degrees, more like 270 degree corner.
Yeah,
right here.
I would call it a bit of a hairpin. They're cranking the wheel quite a bit there.
Forgive me, as you know, you'll notice some things moving on the screen. That is me adjusting things as close as I can back to the way I had it just a little bit ago. As I call the race too.
The draft is definitely a factor, especially coming down the Kimmel Straight for these guys. They can make up a ton of room.
Yeah, there's just a lot of long straightaway on this track, but there's a lot of slow corners, kind of like Road America, but you get to a certain part of the course where it's more technical than Road America. Road America is usually corner, and then you get a little bit of straightaway, then corner, a little bit of straightaway, and corner. Here, you got corner after corner after corner, and then tons of elevation changes and stuff, but this is, I mean, easily could be considered the Europe version of Road America almost.
For sure, and when you drive this in the car, it just really does, after a while, start feeling like a drive through the country with the way that everything is kind of laid out, and that there's not a lot of, it seems like civilization is around you, it's just you and the racetrack.
Right.
It does seem like it's a drive through the French or Belgian countryside.
Getting firm predictions from our fans that Chris Lewis will somehow make a comeback to win this race. And I think that could be entirely possible after talking to him earlier. I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah,
I'm not going any further than that. So here comes Eric trying to get a run on Isaac. You might wonder if they're doing the whole Road America pit strategy again. And here comes Cohen poking out there on the left side, we'll call it here, into the chicane. 19 and 20, not able to get the run. Let's see if he gets the run off, though. And some, if you race this track a lot, will call this track the off-track capital of the world, or the off, I forget the proper name, but basically they say, like, if you go, like, right there, Caleb, or you saw Cohen, like, just poke his nose over the sleeping policeman almost there, first reference to that tonight, you can get off track here.
Yeah, out of bounds is very generously paved here.
Yeah, no kidding, right? As there goes Cohen past Caleb Bensi for the third position. And look at this, Caleb going to try to poke back here. Through the 90-degree downhill corner, leads up to the left-hander. And Cohen had to concede it.
Yeah, these guys are really fighting it out. I would think, and I understand why they want to make these moves and get these positions. I would think, though, that they might want to start working with each other and trying to run down the leaders who are starting to pull away.
We ride with Cohen here. I mean, look, it's almost like you're in the mountains everywhere. If you're upstate New York, if you've been up there in that area like Rochester or Syracuse up that way, and you take a trip down like 390 or something like that, this is a 190 mile an hour version of it. Now, if you're in Europe, I got no comparison because I've never been over there.
I've only been on the New York State.
Oh, yes. That's a lot of money you spent.
That was awful.
Oh, Caleb spins in the chicane. just lost the back end into the corner. Probably too much braking or something there, or with the downshift, and loses the back end and spins.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy. The last couple of races, starting with about Road America, starting with Mid-Ohio, really, I think, have been kind of rough on him.
Yeah, him and I talked a little bit this week, because I think Caleb's a cool cat. For a young man that's, I don't know his exact age, I believe he's like 19 or something like that. Very mature. We talked a little bit about the incident that happened last week at Pocono. We talked a little bit about, the racing in general, and he admits that, the racing has not been his favorite at all the last couple weeks. He feels like that he hasn't been raced clean much, with respect, but, needless to say, though, he was also disappointed with last week. And, he said he knew that tonight he was probably entering this race finishing second in points. And that's got to be kind of tough for him.
Yeah, it's tough, but for some other people that have been in the league for 2-3 seasons, I'm sure there's probably a couple guys I would love to trade places with him and to finish first one year and second another. So
Me.
I think, I think he actually absolutely he should probably count his blessings and thank that he has good finishes as he has. I do believe, and then I was talking with another driver in another league where he's like, man, he always gets the luck. I do believe some of that luck kind of ran out for him here a little bit. And the leaders are pitting, by the way.
Leaders are in.
But, it comes around, goes around. So it's all cyclical. He will probably get that all back at some point or another. Just be patient, and good things come to good people.
So this is lap number 8. They're on pit road.
It looks like top 3 are coming in. Lester is actually going to go out for an extra lap, as well as Caleb.
Now, I wonder, lap times here, 1:58, still 2-minute laps, so not bad lap times. So I can't say the tires are falling off any, but maybe this could be a strategy. That would make it a 3-stopper. Because you'd go 8, 16, 24, and go to the 8 to 32.
Well, we'll see how these stops shake out. And actually, Aaron comes out, his teammate Guerrero will go, and probably is going to pull over the Dyson as well. So it's unfortunate he comes out next to his teammate, so he doesn't really have to race the car all the way up through the Kimmel Straight up to 7, 8, 9. So that's nice.
And those were full fills, by the way, because they took 8 to 9 seconds on pit road there. So very interesting moves here, and that means we'll probably see these other cars on pit road. But the thing is, they would have to go to lap 16 to make this a 1-stopper, so that eliminates that option. They would have to get to, if I do the math really quickly, lap 10. If they can go 2 more laps, this becomes a 2-stopper. Whoa, that's an off track there, Isaac. You don't go that far off at Spa and not getting off track. But there's Lester, the leader. Lester in a, is that a Dan Marrera looking paint?
Yeah, that's the Misney Motorsports. That's actually named after the cat of Chris.
Ah. As he comes up the straightaway here to the chicane, let's see if he goes pit road. You have to go straight right here if he comes to pit road. He is not going straight.
Go up for an extra one. Wow.
So that tells me 2 stops.
He must have saved a ton. He must have saved a ton. Yeah.
That tells me 2 stops, or that tells me that Isaac and Eric think the tires are more important, which could be interesting.
Well, that time by, Lester was a 1:59.9.
Good lap.
We'll see what Isaac comes through here in just a minute. Isaac comes through at a 2:20.1.
Which he just came off pit road. So
We'll see how that next one.
And we know how Isaac can be. I mean, this could come out to like a 1:30 or something. I'm being obviously very facetious, but Isaac is very good at putting up a lap that you just shake your head like, how do you do that?
Yeah. Yeah, he has a set of JATO rockets underneath the cowling there, and he just pushes the button. It's like, wham, there he goes.
That's funny.
Yeah, Lester, last time by, Caleb, I mean, they were right at about the 2-minute mark for a lap, so they are not. These two are not necessarily setting the world on fire, but they're also necessarily not in direct tight contact with each other. It's not one. They're not racing each other. Basically, is another word I'm trying to say here. Cody is also kind of in the Cody Claiborne now for P3, and he's kind of in the same boat.
Now Isaac and Eric did go to the blacks, to the prime tires. Pardon me, the prime tires.
Right.
You see how long this straightaway is? Let's throw up the speed here. 175 mile an hour right now. Should get up to, actually it's kind of topped out there. Huh. Got the 175 and kind of tops itself out there with the downforce setup and things, gearing wise, or else he probably could have got up to about 200.
Leader decides
he stays out again, so he's definitely on a two-stop. Yep, Caleb is in.
Fits.
Caleb is in.
Stays out.
So that means that Caleb is probably a two-stopper and Lester's a 2. So you're probably going to see Isaac and Eric going to 3. The only way I can think about this, if they went 8 laps, that's 24. Can you go 12 on a tank?
Eric went a 159.2. Lester went a 159.0. So actually, Lester made up some distance there.
That's on the prime tires.
And that's new set of primes against a very well used set of alternates.
That might answer some questions right there. So Caleb leaves the pits as he goes up Eau Rouge into Redalion right past you. And did I just see you waving some flag?
There's a lot of flag waving going on up here. You got the French not too far away. You got the Dutch not too far away. You got the Belgians are right here. The Germans are not too far away. Yeah, there's a lot of flag waving going on around this part of the area.
You know what a racer's worst favorite beer in Belgium is?
I don't know, you tell me.
A fat tire.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
I was going to say, something like Witzberger or something, but that's German.
If I was in Belgium right now, I'd be partaking in Blue Moons. As Eric O'Connor on the back bumper of his teammate Justin Miller here, who you could say is maybe holding him up a little bit here. Isaac's out there by 4 seconds on Eric right now, and they had identical stops. I mean, to the 3/10 as here comes Lester to pit road. Trust me, Lester's coming to pit road.
And Cody is pitting.
And Cody Claiborne coming to pit road, so that will cycle it back as O'Connor did get past Miller finally. But Isaac's got about a 4-second lead there, and you could say that Miller kind of held up O'Connor there and cost him a chance at sorry, just had a thought come to my head. A chance at getting close to Isaac here, and Isaac about 3/10 faster on that lap than Eric O'Connor. Push to pass wise, Eric already down to 6. Ido Vila, who is back on track, is already down to 4. And I noticed Matt Houston has pulled off the track at lap number 9. And has taken his car behind the wall.
And I think
Alex Van de Sande has pulled his car behind the wall. Oh, he destroyed it again.
Yeah, he's there for an extended pit stop.
He might be wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say this. I don't mean to say this in a negative way, but it's like out with a whimper. I was kind of hoping a little bit more for him in his last race.
Let's see if I can find what happened to Alex real quickly.
Though I pity the guys in the next series that have to race him because he's probably going to be a little motivated.
Matt Telder in chat. I don't know what that message is supposed to mean, but okay.
Message redacted.
I think he was trying to troll me a little bit there. I know Matt, so I know it's not like a random guy, but he knows I work at FedEx, and he's a FedEx ground guy. Oh, there he is. Okay, yep, he's hacking on FedEx. Good job, Matt. I hope Jason's watching. My FedEx manager. Justin Miller on pit road now, out of third. Which is funny, Landon over here, which I appreciate all the viewers watching tonight, and I appreciate their patience with the issues I've had with the system. I will be messaging to SDK Gaming, who does a fantastic job, by the way. Big shout-outs to them. I'm going to be I got to find out from them the situation with how to fix my issues there. But Landon mentioned about Bristol and an IndyCar. I've actually run an IndyCar at Bristol before. I have done it.
Actually, this league, no. Of course, they're not there.
That's probably a good decision.
But I don't want to say that as a negative thing, because the Reddit IndyCar League, which is another league that I do color commentary for on streaming, will be doing a race in their next season for the summer. They'll be doing heat races at Bristol. They will be doing an IndyCar Bristol races there as part of their summer schedule. For their
oh
IndyCar
my
season.
gosh. I might have to find a way into that league and run that race.
I think you should. I think you're crazy, but I'd be happy to call that race.
Gary, you've been around me for how long now, and you ain't figured out the crazy part?
Oh, well, it would just confirm kind of what we all do,
Yeah.
I guess.
You want to watch crazy here in 2 weeks when I do the official IndyCar series on iRacing, which week 2, by the way, they're running the Nürburgring. When you see me in only second and third gear the whole entire time, running my own pace around the Nürburgring like a Sunday drive and the driver in the left lane the whole time, that's going to be me. You're going to call me crazy then.
9 laps of that place. That's going to be...
in an IndyCar.
In an IndyCar, yeah. Oof.
Oh, I think Matt's trying to break some news over on the chat, by the way, Gary.
FedEx Express?
No, below there. Got to go down a little bit.
Oh, wow. You can't rate the run Indy. So we have a future TI Racing League Indy entrance.
I can't confirm or deny. There's a lot of confirming and denying in that statement that I just have to leave alone right now due to contractual deals.
All right, well, I'll make sure he goes through rookie orientation.
You're the teacher, aren't you?
If I get to teach the rookies, that's a sad testimony on what the rookies
We'll make sure the class is at Gateway. Isaac Morriso continuing to lead. I about said Lester. Eric O'Connor up here in a second, about 2/10 back. But we're watching Lester draft up on Caleb Benz here, trying to make a move.
Yeah, Lester's down to 5 passes. He has aggressively used them, and we are just about at the halfway point. So I would say he's a little ahead of schedule, but really no. If anything, he's right on schedule for using those things up by the end of this race.
Running the old school cam here real quickly as we got 19 laps to go. Had somebody in a IndyCar race that I did over the weekend make a comment in the stream saying, we need this camera in real life again. I mean, I'm pretty sure if somebody pancakes the wall with the right side, NBC Sportsnet will not be putting another camera on the right side of that car. Though I do agree, it'd be cool to see. Oh, yeah, back in the day with Paul Page, who didn't I not just read is going into a Hall of Fame, I believe?
Well deserved.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of, or I shouldn't say a lot, some of the things you might hear coming out of me when I'm calling a race is very Paul Page-like.
I just wish we could use the Delta Force team. That's about the coolest thing right there. You know, while we got some downtime here, I do have a little breaking news that we will be allowed to talk about. We do have a TI schedule.
Ah, yes,
season.
we do.
And while we're at that point in the race,
hold on, Isaac!
I was getting ready to say the leader just tank slapped it, almost coming out of the chicane.
He still ain't
he's
saying
trying
it.
to hold it.
And O'Connor to the lead.
Oh my goodness!
Glove
Gets it
saving
back
a beauty.
together. Wow. Woo.
I'm not sure if Isaac got his force feedback fixed, but if so, that was one heck of a save on Isaac. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage and see it again. Got too much of the curve there with the left sides, and he was looking at that barrier and saved it. I mean, that car was beelining to that thing. And I don't know if Isaac's going to call it beautiful or not, by the way, on the bean footage part.
Well, he needs to recover, get those wheels cleaned, and get back into rhythm, because he has an extremely fast Cohen Evans behind him. Cohen, purple, 157.196 for the race. So he is... okay, I just heard someone...
I think it was Locklear. Did he wreck up there by you?
Yeah, I think he wiped out through the chicane here.
Yeah, he's on the... Well, he didn't wipe out. He's on track here. He's actually right in front of the leaders.
Yeah, I think he kind of locked him up. That's okay.
And he moves out of the way. He almost completely stops over at Lessard. I meant Le Mans, apparently, still. Up Eau Rouge to Redallion.
Continues to pull away.
Can we say that corner, that series of corners, might be the coolest set of corners in all of racing in the world?
On a road course? Probably.
I mean, let's think about it, because there's a lot of great corners and great tracks. That's got to be one of the coolest, though.
I think it's the speed and especially with the latest technology where the car, since the downforce.
Oh, Cohen's off track.
Uh-oh.
Cohen has spun around over here at looking for Cohen, turn 1 here. Or no, that's not turn 1, I'm sorry. It's right after Redallion.
7.
Up the Kimmel Straight.
7 right there.
Turn 7, yeah.
Yeah, 7, 8, yeah. Really, that turn became exciting with the advent of aerodynamics and downforce. The fact that these cars can just climb all over the accelerator coming out of the source, and they're on it all the way up the hill, all the way to where they finally have to brake for turn 7 is truly some exciting racing to watch, whether it be sports cars, even more exciting with the Formula 1. There is so much downforce generated there that that Formula 1 actually has warned their drivers that there's they have a regulation plank that's underneath their cars that if it grinds off too much, they'll actually get penalties. And you'll see the cars when they go up that straight in Formula 1 spark and grind that grind plate that is underneath the car, and you'll see the marks on that they leave behind on the asphalt behind them.
Which is, I got my own rant I can do on Formula 1 with some of their rules. Yeah, it's like just things that don't make sense to me. Watching Jim Herrick here, just kind of going through the field. I didn't have a chance with all the issues I had earlier to kind of see who all obviously out here running right now in their own gym, back here in the 9th position, just minding his own business. Has had a fairly clean race for the most part.
On the lead lap.
Yeah, he's on the lead lap right now. Sits about a minute or so back. Matt helping me a little bit. Telling me, hey, turn that other guy up a little bit. 10-4. Turn Gary up.
All right.
Make Gary louder.
You have no idea what you're asking.
Gary might be the jackaroo of streaming broadcasting. True story there. I was told that Jackaroo is like the loudest person in the world. Through stories.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Herrick spins in turn 1. He must know he's on camera. Sorry, Jim.
Way to go, Chris. Yeah.
Sorry, Jim. So Cody Claiborne. Go ahead.
So for season 5, actually, we will be moving to Tuesday nights.
Yes. Breaking news, by the way.
Yes, breaking news. It's Tuesday nights. Same bat time, same bat channel, but Tuesday nights.
And Captain will be there. Gary, we'll see. But Captain will be there for the race and broadcasting that. And there might be another TI series that runs on Tuesday nights, moving to Monday nights. That I'm just going to leave it at that, because I can't say because of contractual obligations. I've said that word twice now.
I know that series.
Yeah, I think you run that, don't you? Are you first in points there? You better be.
No, but my team is doing pretty good.
Ah, I see. Considering you've asked me, I think, every week, hey, give me advice on this track. Give me advice on this track. Give me advice on this track. Show me how to get around Martinsville. Turn fast.
IndyCar driver. How do you drive Martinsville? Oh.
Go fast, turn left. Pull the e-brake. So O'Connor's...
You don't. Just don't. It's not worth your time.
So the whole three-stop strategy I was talking about with the TI Racing group, so O'Connor and them should have pitted last lap if it was a three-stop strategy. So now they're going here to lap number 9 of this strategy. So I'm not sure if they're going to go maybe to, if they go 12 laps, they'll obviously pit at lap 20 and then go another 12 to the finish.
Well,
so
they still have not really pulled away from where Caleb and Lester are in terms of the delta there. That they cannot pit and then come out still ahead of those guys.
Well, there's one more guy who has joined that battle, Gary. Cohen Evans is back here now in the 5th position with these two.
He's fast. Yes, for sure. We said he's fast. So if those guys are going to go to do a one stop less than these two guys really need to hustle a lot.
Now here's the thing, though. Cohen's on the primes. These guys are on the reds, and Cohen's outrunning them. And it's only been, let's see, Caleb hit at lap 10, Lester at lap 11, Cohen at lap 8. And right now we're at lap number 18, so it's not been too many laps. Have these tires fallen off already?
Well, and that also includes a spin by him, so his tires are a little bit more used more than normal.
As we ride with Cohen here, we're going to watch here for a second because we're actually going to be quiet for just a split second. Normally we do a ride-along lap, but we're going to do that. But we're going to sit back here and let's let you enjoy the ride up Eau Rouge and Redalion. Get a little tease of what it's like here. As you see, I thought Cohen was going to pass Lester there. Push to pass on. Here he goes. Did you hear a lift? I didn't. He didn't lift one bit.
Now the thing is, the push to pass actually runs out. The timer of the push to
20
pass
seconds.
runs out before you get to the point where you lift and push to pass with this gauge. It actually runs out. So that's again, you don't see that at very many tracks other than here and Le Mans.
And if they didn't run the infield portion of the turn 1 section of Indianapolis, you'd probably from turn 2 all the way back to the IndyCar turn 1 would probably go there maybe. Trying to think some other tracks maybe. Le Mans, obviously, as you mentioned. Daytona, if they ever wanted to run that. Never. Though they've tested on the road course.
No, well, in real life, yeah. But this series was at Daytona.
They were. Matter of fact, it was a night race last season.
Yeah.
After, I think, everybody and their parents turned in a petition to run it at night. But great racing here. Let's how about this guy, Dan Morera, running 7th right now. Dan's had a pretty nice run. He's still in the lead lap.
Yeah, Dan's one of my truck teammates. Very solid, consistent, extremely reliable. Will bring the truck home, bring the car home safe, no matter what type of guy. Great driver, in my opinion.
Very sincere guy too. He we ran a 24 with him. He joined the LMC team as we ran it this season. And the one thing that he actually was one of the cleanest guys on the team the whole entire time. And he finally had an issue and spun like late in the race. And I think he apologized the whole entire next lap, like every corner. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't believe it. I'm so sorry. It's like, Dan, you're good, man. You're good. I mean, we've only wrecked the car 3 times. You're good. But Cohen Evans has worked his way up to third, by the way. He has gone back, or he's gone past both Caleb and Lester for position here. After that spin that he had, I'm trying to see if I could find the pass. So it started here, lap number 19. Cohen's going to make the pass up Redalian. Actually, we were on board for him on this pass. He had to draft and made the pass here.
Yeah, he just outpowered him. That was great.
With the push to pass there, and I'm sure that, I assume push to pass was not used on the other end maybe there. And then here's the pass on Caleb. Same section of the track.
Leaders might be pitting. Let's see. Yes, leaders are pitting.
All right, leaders coming down pit road here right at lap number, well, this would be 10 laps into the run. So, can these guys go 12 to the finish? I'm assuming yes, but I don't know.
We got 2 more cars coming in behind.
Cohen's coming in. Caleb Bensey's coming in. Lester's staying out. Yep. Yeah, you mentioned this. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, that they're waiting for the last precious drops of the fuel to finally get emptied there, and Isaac. What? I don't know how he pulled that off, but Isaac comes out ahead of Eric.
That might have been planned. Remember how they worked together at Road America? Isaac,
well, if there's team orders, yeah, definitely if there's team orders involved. I thought one was down
look
before
out!
the other.
They're so tight, Alex and Isaac. They're coming through Eau Rouge and Redalian as they were coming off pit road. Now,
Alex got the spare parts slapped back on the car, and he's back out there to make some laps and get some last ditch points.
And Isaac and Eric on the primes now. So in this league, you do got to run the primes once and the reds once, the alternate tires. So the one other thing, and a couple things I noticed. One, they didn't burn out of pit road. They almost did it like a WEC style leaving of the pits, because in that league it's actually illegal to do burnouts. You wonder if they did that to save fuel. And also I'm kind of curious what gear they left pit road in.
The replay should be able to show you that one.
So I want to go back here. Looks like we got a quick second. Locklear having issue. Did Lester go off track? Oh, no, you might just put tires off or something. But let's, I want to go back to this pit stop here because I'm curious to see how much fuel saving is going on right here. So we're going to back up here, and we're going to back it up enough to, because if you notice real closely here, none of them burn out. They just slowly roll out of pit road. Let's go, oh, I rewinded too far. All right, let's listen to the pit stop here. Isaac's smart enough to put it at an angle there. He's still in first gear. Probably pretty normal, actually. More normal than I thought it was. So once again, Scala's wrong. In other news.
Oh, Lester's off. He spins up into the chicanery at the top of the hill.
Yep. Got nobody around him. But that is going to be crucial time. And that is up at...
and
that was right after Redalian.
Yeah, that was 7, 8, 9, right in there.
As he goes around the hairpin there, down this little straightaway before they come up on the...
And there they are. They are now in the picture.
I was about to try to name the corner. I know it's like Dose or double. Is it Gauche? I believe it's pronounced 10 and 11. As they
10, 11 is
yep.
Bruxelles?
Or is it, no, Bruxelles is 8 and 9. At least according to this map.
I thought Combs was 7, 8, 9. Pujan's 12. Oh, well.
According to this thing on my screen, I'm putting it on the screen for you, Gary. I haven't really used it tonight, but here it is. He should be going around. He's going around Blanchimont right now, heading down to the chicane.
I wonder if that. Yeah, he's pitting. With
Yeah,
that spin, those tires are spent. Yeah. That's good.
And that's probably a good move for the sake of right now. He's probably, he's going to lose fourth. He's probably going to fall all the way down to fifth now because of that. So tough break for Lester.
Yeah, he's going to come out probably right behind Cohen.
Remember, he was right there with Caleb and Cohen when they pitted. So, and now he's going to be farther behind after he lost probably 10 to 12 seconds there on that spin. So, unless some weird thing happens tonight in the next 10 laps, TI Racing is going to win the Owners' Championship and snag that away from LMC Gear. They're going to get a pretty cool plaque. As a matter of fact, I still have that saved, I believe. I do. This plaque right here will switch over to TI Racing, and will go on somebody's shelf. My guess would be Chris's.
Yep. That'll be their first team championship.
Yep, congratulations to them. We'll go ahead and crown them there. As the late, great Coach Denny Green said, if you want to crown their you-know-whats, then crown them. We're going to crown them. If you don't remember that was back in the late 90s, I believe it was, and it was in a preseason game against the Chicago Bears.
2 LMC cars take each other out.
No, don't say.
Was 7, 8, 9.
Jim and Craig?
I saw Jim and Craig.
Oh, no. And unfortunately for Craig, I'll go and share the news too. This is his last race, unfortunately, in this series because he will. He actually has another obligation on Tuesday night, so he will not be able to run with the switch next season. So unfortunate for Craig. Oh, you know what? Jim had himself. Oh my gosh. Jim spun and had himself high-sided over here in the chicane, and Craig comes up, and I wonder how much the hand paddles had to do with this. But Jim's going to spin it, and he's going to backside right over, and he's now high-sided, they call it. So, like the bottom, he's literally on the, he can't move.
Yeah.
And then Craig's going to come up in here.
Teeter-totter in there.
Jim's trying everything he can. He's probably asking his wife, can you come give me a push? And Craig's
you got no choice. You have no choice but to.
You're pretty much done. But well, there is one other thing you can do, and that's ask a teammate to give you a hand.
Oh.
And to a point, that's what this looks like. That is what happened.
But I think Craig got beached as well.
Never go to leaders, though, by the way. Now this is teamwork right here, boys. He gets Jim out of the match. I've seen it all in this league. I totally just guessed what happened there, and it happened. So is that would that be declared team orders?
Yeah, that actually is team orders. I really don't know how legal it is in real racing and how you could do something like that. That's hilarious. I'm glad we got a chance to show it because the closing stage of this race is kind of boring, and we got the two guys kind of pulled away. The championship's kind of decided, but that's great to see. Real quick, while we got a little extra time, I do have the schedule. I do have the schedule for next season. We will probably start here in about 3 weeks at Silverstone.
Yes.
Then we will move on to Mid-Ohio. I'm sure Ohio there for a reason, considering the interesting race we had there last time.
Very true.
The first of the Triple Crown will be at Michigan.
Yes.
Michigan will replace Fontana as one of the Triple Crown tracks. Then they will go to Long Beach, which I'm sure that's also there because that proved to be difficult for a lot of drivers.
Battle for third here. Not to cut you off here. Caleb is trying to hold off Cohen for third here. 13 seconds back.
Then they will go to Road America. And then right in the middle of the season, pretty much, it's Indy. And then after Indy, they go back to Road Atlanta, and that's where we can hear Isaac go, "What front wing? I don't need a front wing."
Right.
Then they go back to Monza for their trip back to Europe. Then race 9, returning to Pocono, the site of the drama. And race 10, I believe it's the first visit to Gunaseca and the corkscrew.
And the finale is, Cohen pokes out. He's been passing a lot of people here. Caleb with a little bit of a fade, pushing him out a little bit. Total clean move. Total clean move. All right, I'm throwing a petition out right now. Chris Lewis, if you hear my voice, I want the Monza combined.
Oh, yes. Yes, the oval and the road course. That would be awesome. These cars would bounce all over the oval.
Yeah, they would. Yeah, they would. Might be safer down on the apron.
I did the Dallara dash with the Monza oval. And that's just the whole car the whole time. I can't imagine doing much more than 10 laps there like that.
And just to correct you, this race has not been boring. Come on.
It's been a little dry. We do have our leaders within a half second of each other. That's cool right now. I do believe they're kind of helping each other out and kind of guiding each other to the finish here because it could be a lot closer racing there. But we'll see how it shakes out.
Either way, we have had our drama here, and we're going to see it again. It looks like the TI Racing, the TI Racing guys here, first and second, as we have 7 laps to go. Fuel mileage wise, let's throw up the old strategy board here. Let everybody see what's what here. So they went 8 and 12. Benzie went 10 and 10. So I'm assuming you can't go 12 because they went 12. The thing is, by going 10 and 12, 22, they would have to go 10 to the finish. So yeah, everybody should be good to go on fuel. So it was a 2-stop race.
Eric's got a run on him coming up into 7, 8, 9.
Does he save the run or not? I mean, he didn't make the move.
He was right there. He got pretty close coming out of Eau Rouge.
The medallion there.
It's hard to believe just a couple weeks ago it was 1 point separating. I think the battle was the points championship, or no, it was the drivers championship. It was 1 point separating there. The team championship was all tied up, and that was just a few short weeks ago, and just how quickly that all changes.
And I believe this is Lafagnis is how this is pronounced. Down to campus, turn 14, and Isaac's doing his weave already. And then we have campus, which is turn 14, a right-hander coming up here. I'm working on it, okay? Telder. Paul Frey. How about this? Go get Sam. Bring him over here. He knows French. Matt's got a friend, Sam Fontaine. You might get to know him next year, too. Spoiler alert. He knows French pretty well. Let's go through Blanchimont down to the chicane here, and I think we're actually going to – somebody's thanking Matt for saying it. I'm trying, okay? We're getting hacked on by viewers this now.
It's the last race of the season.
Yeah, why not? You guys can say what that feels. 6 laps to go, and the battle back here for third is not let up. Caleb and Cohen going after each – it's not – the R turn. Apparently it's Radeon.
Like the video card?
Apparently.
Well, at that time, coming up in 7, 8, 9, Isaac.
Caleb's going to make a move here. Cohen protects the bottom side as they come up the Kemmel Straight. Cohen's going to have the corner here. See if they outbreak. No, they're going to stay side by side through here. But then Cohen gets it, or Caleb gets him through the last part of the chicane here. This has been the best fight on the track here.
Pretty much all race long.
Yeah, I mean, he's especially with Cohen going for his ride there and comes back. And this is something 2 seasons ago, Gary, that Cohen, he hardly made these kind of mistakes. I mean, when he had his championship season, I mean, he almost did exactly what Caleb, the guy in front of him, did. Just run clean and get to the finish. Finished second a lot to Isaac, but it was those second-place finishes that got him the championship.
Hey, that's how, again, I'll say it over and over again, 1978 USAC national champion Tom Steva never won a single race, won the national championship just by finishing second or third. An awful lot. That's all it takes. That's all you need.
You see why I have him in the booth with me. He makes my IQ go through the roof.
Gas
He is iRacing's version of Donald Davidson.
I have like a tenth of the information that guy has.
Yeah, that guy knows everything. It's not Cohen trying in the chicane here to make a move. And you know what? Let's ride with Cohen. We're going to do our ride-along lap here with Cohen Evans. And let's just watch this battle from on board with Cohen here. So we're going to be quiet and just let you guys enjoy the ride here. All right, back we are. And apparently the IndyCar noises are better than my voice. I'm going to go ahead and spoil this. Matt Telder is signed up for this league next season. And something tells me his owner's already made a comment to me that he's going to be looking for a new ride already.
Oh, I will say that there's nothing better than the 1980s sound. I will say that.
If they come up on Lacombs.
Yeah.
We actually have a joke with Telder and some other leagues that broadcast. We EOL him like almost every time.
I'll tell you what, there's nothing wrong with, now, is it a penalty EOL or is it a requested EOL?
99% of the times it's a penalty.
Okay, all right, so I request EOLs because, well, I want to see everything that happens in front of me.
Why, you don't like seeing things coming up from behind?
You're not quite getting what I'm saying.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying as Isaac put a couple wheels off just now here, so we jumped up to the front. I know what you mean from some of the stories that he just put it logically. I think he just put it, Matt just put it over here in chat. He just put it in layman's terms to say Scala's a stock car guy. He just did it in a long version.
We knew that.
3 laps to go. Jessica, yes, they will be running another season coming up, season 5, 3 weeks. He started to go, Gary started to go through the schedule. It's going to start at Silverstone, so I haven't talked to Chris and see if it's in the budget to see if we're just allowed to stay here for the next 3 weeks. I mean, Why not?
Might as well. The Formula One teams tested
Good point. And I think Silverstone in real life, didn't it just get repaved?
Yeah.
By the way,
Sorry, if you missed it real quick, it's Silverstone, Mid-Ohio, Michigan, Long Beach, Road America, Indianapolis, Road Atlanta, Monza, Pocono, and they will next season.
Ooh, Caleb with us. Sorry to cut you off. Caleb just made a very interesting move on Cohen. What the?
That's going to be a good interview. When that shakes out, I want to hear this battle on that interview. Someone's going to have the front row seat. One of those guys.
Jessica, how do you sign? I guess you could just go to the league page on iRacing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just search up in iRacing, TI Racing IndyCar, and you can apply there. Also, I believe they have the link to the Discord server there. But if you have Discord, then you can join the Discord server there and join the conversation, as well as file share and whatever else that we do there. And yeah, you're more than welcome to join. We are accepting applications as well as teams and individuals.
I want to go back. I don't know how I can. Where are we at right now? Let's mark. I want to go back here. It's going to show this, but I'm going to see if I can find. I want to show this Caleb Bensey move that he makes as we have 2 laps to go.
Might this be our spicy move overtake of the race?
It wasn't an overtake.
Okay.
Scott Pruitt is going to be proud of Caleb Bensey at the end of this race. Let's just. I want to see if I caught it at the right part here. So the only bad part is like when it shows these kind of things, it doesn't track it on my events page. It only tracks passes and pit roads and off tracks and wrecks. So I kind of had to use another person's deal to be like, all right, let's go to this part of the race and see if I find it.
So who put the fade on who?
It's Caleb. So if you look on the replay, Caleb's ahead of Cohen. And they're coming up on the chicane right now here as Cohen's going to try to make a move. It's going to happen actually up at Lacombs. So they're going to go through the chicane up here. But these two have been having a very spiritual fight.
Well, if there's one member of the race first team that is well familiar with that Pruitt fade, it is Mr.
It's that guy.
No, it's Matt Houston.
Oh, good point. Well, I'm saying this season it's Caleb because he's done it a couple times. All right, so here they come up Eau Rouge into Radion. I want to see if it's right here. Cohen looks too far back here, but I could be wrong. Yeah, he was too far back here, so unfortunately we didn't catch it. So I'll have to go see if I can find it. Apologies, again, poor broadcasting on my part. But they're coming to the white flag here, so we're going to stick with the leaders and watch the ticker to see where they are on the screen. But it's about 3/10 separation. We'll go back to it before we end the broadcast, and I'll find that interesting move that I don't want to call it a block right now, but
Well, in some circles it's the Pruitt fade, in other circles it's the Brazilian fade. It all means the same thing.
And if you do it wrong, you might catch a fade. So final lap here for the TI Racing crew, who are on their way, one to a win, the other to a championship. I'm pretty sure Isaac Morris is in this seat right now thinking, that should be me. And here it is. We haven't seen it all year. The Morris weave. The double weave. Now, don't take each other out doing this because this might become comical.
I'm about to say the last couple of weeks that we have, if both just happen to take each other out during that one, that would be quite funny, and I would be hard-pressed not to laugh my ass off.
And Cohen and Caleb are back there passing each other again here. Their side. With what has happened the last couple weeks, nothing's impossible anymore, and I'm pretty sure I'm sure that Chris Lewis would walk off and just say, I'm done.
Throw his hands up, done. Now, the only thing that would kind of top all this is if Isaac would do what Schumacher occasionally did, was just pull over and
let Eric win. The Barrichello.
Let Barrichello Amasa win. Yeah, that would be the only thing I could see that we haven't seen yet this year.
Was to go down into the final section of the track here, down the straightaway here. So is Eric going to go for it?
He's going to look on the outside. He's going to look at the outside. So he's going to have the preferred position.
Is he teasing us?
I don't know. They could be doing all complete Thunderbirds and flying as well right now.
Here they come through the final chicane. And we'll call this a TI Racing dominant version, as they're trying to figure out who's going to win this race, and Isaac's going to win.
They wanted to come across for a photo moment.
And Eric O'Connor has won Season 4 of the Grublets on Ice IndyCar Championship, and back here, Cohen about lost it, as Betsy's going to hold him off in a fierce battle. Caleb's going to wrap up the podium, but needless to say, Eric O'Connor wraps up a rookie season, if you will. I mean, he ran a couple races last season, but a first full rookie year with a championship. And Isaac Morris, oh, by the way, breaks Eric O'Connor's win streak. Caleb third, Cohen Evans fourth, and Lester
fifth.
Cross the line fifth, and Dustin Zanardi Donuts. How about Justin Miller here?
Man, guy's underrated. He's a great driver.
He had all types of issues in qualifying. He started 6th and finishes 6th. So nice job on his part. Dan Marrero he's through the final straightaway. He's going to get himself a top 10.
I think we also had a knock at the door of the studio here.
Is he here?
Oh, you know he's here.
He is here.
The championship owner, Chris Lewis, decides to come see us out of all people instead of celebrating the championship in Victory Lane. We watch Marrero finish 7th. Cody Claiborne's going to get 8th. And Edu's already crossed the line. She gets 9th. And Alex Van de Sant, top 10 and a destroyed race car up at the top of Eau Rouge for a finish in his career. I think he did. He might have done this one purposely.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
And look at the team flying in a victory formation right there. Look at that.
And Gary, they can't hear you again, I've noticed, or maybe they can, I don't know. But apparently Miller started at 11, so my telemetry had me wrong over here on my right side. It's actually got him even. But anyways, I've had telemetry issues all night, so forgive me. As they're all, I think, mimicking F1 right now, and they're going to find all the clag on the track.
No, they're flying. They're doing victory formation laps so they can get the photo moment.
Well, no, I mean the rest of the cars, they're all following each other, weaving and stuff. So I think they're, like I said, they're picking up the clag. The only thing you don't see them doing is putting their hands up in the air and driving with no hands and clapping to all the stewards out there who are waving every flag they can find from the grandstands, probably. That was a joke.
I did add that in Iris.
That would be kind of cool. That and the French flag for Le Mans.
Okay, yeah.
So there's your finishing order up there at the top. And yes, you might notice tonight we were a little more comical. This is a fun series and a fun race and a celebration for another fantastic series that has been completed. And Chris Lewis is in the booth with us as the championship and winner of this race. Celebrate both from TI Racing. But Chris, it took you some work. It took you going out and getting Eric O'Connor to jump on this already pretty good team to knock off a pretty stout LMC Gear team to get that championship for the teams. That's got to make you pretty happy.
Yeah, it's been 4 years in the making, 4 seasons in the making, and to finally be here, I'm beyond myself. Thought last week it was almost taken away, but karma sucks, and I've got a good team, a good driver, and take that, Matt Houston.
Oh, wow. Shots fired. Wow.
Okay. I don't know how to follow that one up, but the race out here tonight, the racing out here tonight, obviously, there were some great battles. Caleb and Cohen went to war with each other for almost half, if not all, the race after Cohen had his spin.
Race,
Lester did a great job battling. That top 5, they were all putting on a fight. It was like your 2 guys were out there, but then these other 3 were fighting. There were some great battles throughout.
Yeah, it's I can't tell you how much of it's my own 2 guys. They always get a team or a plan together, Isaac and Eric, and they execute it every single week. And to have that, to see that, and to watch that, it's just purely amazing. I don't know how much of qualifying you guys watch, but they always go out together. They're always learning off of each other, and I couldn't ask for a better captain or a better champion, Eric O'Connor. Oops.
So yeah, about ready to say, who's the number 2 driver now?
I don't know. I'm not answering that one.
I think I have a good answer for that. This isn't Formula One. All drivers are equal. We don't have 1s and 2s in IndyCar racing.
Supposedly, yeah.
Anyways,
and I hear another cracking of a can in the background.
Anyways, well, nice job out there, Chris. Congratulations. Go celebrate with your team. We'll get the drivers up here and talk to them here in Victory Lane.
Do it. Thank you, guys. And I want to shout out to one more, Joe Fiaro and Justin Miller. Justin definitely came in clutch at Auto Club when we needed him to. So this took a team tonight. I'm proud of every one of them, and I'm off to celebrate.
Absolutely. And congratulations to you, Chris. And let's start Isaac Morris, the winner of the race here. Congratulations, Isaac. Obviously, a dominant effort for you and Eric. These last few weeks and stuff, you guys have literally shown the definition of the word team in these last couple weeks, and you get yourself a win tonight. Congratulations, and a good way to end the season for you.
Yeah, it's definitely a nice feeling to be back on the top step of the podium again. I don't think I've visited it this season, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, some things are what they are, and, you know, you just got to deal with them and just come back stronger. And I feel like I've taken the time away that I'd needed, and tonight was, you know, another thing that I needed. And, you know, and I just want to say thanks to Eric for that, because, you know, he let me win tonight. So, like, the roles were flipped a little bit from Road America.
Right, and you've put in your efforts this year, and you made mention. We won't go into details about it, but you have had a bad season when it comes to personal life stuff. Obviously, you've had some things happen off the track, and that has affected you pretty dearly. And you've missed a lot of races with that. And then you've had wheel issues, believe it or not, on the that side of things, and then you come back here and you get yourself back to Victory Lane, as you mentioned, and that's got to be a good, I guess for lack of a better way, a cherry on top of, how about it, strawberry cherry on top of the ice cream sundae. Don't ask.
Yeah. So I would like to dedicate tonight's win to my father, because you know, I did lose him in the beginning of January, and, you know, it did affect me quite badly, but yeah, I'd like to dedicate it to him tonight. And yeah, it's nice to be able to do that for him. But yeah,
No, well said there. We'll let you get yourself there, because I know it's tough, and you know, and this shows the compassion that you see, because let's face it, we are playing a simulator, okay? But a lot of us treat this simulator like real racing, because some of us haven't had that chance to be real race car drivers, or maybe we did, but something has affected us to where we can't do it anymore. So some of us treat this like it's real racing. Isaac being one, he works hard at this for the league itself and for the team and stuff. And Isaac, that's a shout out to you and a compliment to you for the talent you show out here on the track each and every week in the fight. I mean, you almost put yourself in the barrier about 10 laps ago. We're able to save it and to come back and win that race. Obviously, you and Eric to win that race together. I mean, that just shows the hard work you guys put in.
Yeah, we do talk about it a lot. Like, I think like an hour before the race, we had like a really big conversation on what we were going to do. You know, we figured out strategy. You know, we were really discussing things, and we had a plan tonight. It was going to change, but about on lap 6, we started to feel the reds going off, and then as soon as they went off, we made the call. We were like, yeah, let's pit together. We figured out that we'd have a nice gap ahead of us, or in between, you know, where we would come out, so we wouldn't get into too much trouble. I don't know what happened between me and Matt going up a Rouge, but like I'd say that was quite kind of risky on my behalf because he had the inside line, I had the outside line. But I know Matt would have given me room and I was giving him room, so I don't know what happened between us, but I just want to apologize to him for that because, you know, you never want to push someone off the track, you know. So
Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, the racing and the strategy from me and Eric tonight was, you know, exactly what we needed to pull off the team championship and the driver championship for Eric.
Well, great job this evening. Congratulations on the win, and send shout-outs to whoever you like to, bud.
I just want to just give an overall big shout-out to everyone that is affiliated with TI Racing League. You know, everyone does such a great job, and you know, bar a few hiccups now and then, but you know, everyone puts their foot in where they need it. So like, it's really good. Like, we all come together and, you know, do some good racing. And Chris did say to us halfway through the race that we're being watched from Asheville rooftop bars. So I just want to give a shout out to everyone there. You know, even though it's probably like counted as one viewer, but like everyone there, just thanks for watching. Hope you're having a great night. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and a shout out to Eric as well for absolutely Moby Dicking on everyone tonight and for the whole season. So, yeah.
Yeah, and congratulations, Isaac. Eric, for you, you are the champion for Season 4. Rookie season, you showed up late last season, ran a couple races, got a win before the end of the season, and you came out this season guns blazing, as they would say. And you come back here and win yourself the championship. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. I'm really just thrilled to come away with this. I've done a number of league racing, like, and all sorts of things for a long time, and never really been able to pull off a championship at anything. And to get one in IndyCar is something I love more than about anything. Is that's special to me for sure. Like, I'm really happy with how it went. I mean, the way the season went, the comeback we had, just I'm shocked that everything went the way it did, but I knew coming into this season, hey, I can be a front runner, I can win races, I can be consistent, I can come away with this title. And even after Auto Club, you know, I kind of talked about it last week, but, you know, just even when things were looking like a long shot or not even possible, that didn't stop me. I still believed in my capabilities and just took it race by race, doing the best I could. And somehow everything for the most part went to plan. And this car's been a handful for me. Like, I could barely, I could drive the car good, but I felt so uncomfortable at Long Beach, and I think my result performance really showed it. And then something just changed with Belle Isle. It turned around there, and I started feeling comfortable, and I had felt pretty comfortable with it all season until we got to here at Spa, and luckily I had a big points gap, so I wasn't too worried about it. But I probably put more practice into this race, even though points-wise I was pretty comfortable. I put more practice into this race than I probably have since Long Beach, just because I felt very uncomfortable, and I didn't want to just ride around and be around others. I was really hoping to have a race that we ended up having where I could just be up front and be comfortable, and thankfully I was able to get that sorted. Isaac was a big help in that. Just kind of, I bounced a lot of questions off of him, and he was gracious enough to answer and help out there. And we kind of talked about strategy stuff today, as he mentioned, and I'm really glad that everything worked out for both of us, and we were able to come out 1-2 like this. After what he did for me at Road America, where I feel like if that was a straight-up race, he was better than me there. If I'm being honest, I think he had me covered for the most part there, and for how that went, the least I could do was, pay that back to him here. And with everything with his dad and whatnot, I mean, he deserved one. He's too good to have a winless season. So I wanted to do everything I could to help him out and give him something to be happy about.
Well, you guys did a great job. Congratulations on the season championship there, Eric. Look forward to seeing you in Season 5 next season. Isaac, obviously nothing but the best to you too, and congratulations on that win and keeping that win streak for the seasons there. And Eric, I want to give you a chance. Go ahead and send a shout-out to whoever you like to, bud.
Yeah, just a big shout-out to whole team, everyone at TI Racing. I mean, it's a group effort. There's been, for the most part, I've been able to take care of things myself, but every time I've had struggles, Isaac has been right there to help, and that, it means a lot to have someone that is ready to help you out and do what they can, and it's made a difference the few times that I've needed help. So, again, just big shout out to him, Chris Lewis for getting me involved. Chris puts on a pretty good league here. Last week was a bit of a rough one, but I think this week we had a good redemption as far as the on-track product. So I'm pretty happy for Chris in that regard, and just to come out with a team title, be a part of that. It's really cool. I don't know if I was totally at fault for it or not, but I do want to apologize for potentially screwing Alex up early on. He was up there, we were battling, and I was just sitting behind Isaac at that point. I knew I wasn't going to be able to pass him there, so I just kind of took it easy and checked up early, and I checked up way more than I meant to, and probably a lot sooner than I should. Just not the best on my part there, and I don't know if that threw him off or caused him to crash. I don't know, but I felt bad about it. So apologies to him if that was partially my fault or entirely my fault. But yeah, been fun being here.
Absolutely. Well, great job, Eric. Congratulations on the championship. Go celebrate with the team, and we will talk. We will talk next season.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Eric O'Connor and
Cheers, guys.
Isaac Morris, you too, sir. Celebrating championships. And let's get
Caleb.
Yeah, we'll get Caleb up here, and we'll talk to him also. Let's get him up. I tried to do it the old school way. It didn't work. All right, let's bring Caleb up here. Third place finish for Caleb. Second place in the championship. I know it's not that championship you wanted to go back-to-back. But Caleb, you did everything you could this season in a rough stretch of racing. But let's take all the negatives and throw them out. Let's bring in the positives here. Let's start with tonight. You and Cohen. That had to be one of the funnest battles I think I've seen all season. Agreed?
Yeah, it was pretty intense. Yeah, I mean, it started from the beginning. We seemed pretty close on pace on the Reds, and I mean, I'll be completely honest, I didn't really put much practice in beforehand, so I didn't feel comfortable long run. Why? So I made a little mistake there in the chicane. He got by, and then he ended up making mistakes. We kind of leveled out there with those, but yeah, once we kind of caught back up to each other and put on those blacks for that last stint, it seemed like we were dead even. I mean, I was a little faster here, he was a little faster there, and yeah, it was very intense. I mean, there's probably can't see it, but there's a couple like huge like slides that come in the corners, just trying to keep it underneath me. But yeah, it was a lot of fun racing with him. I always enjoy racing with him.
Yeah, we saw some of the slides. We also saw some of the moves that were being made up the Kimmel Straight. It seemed like you two were just playing past each other up the Kimmel Straight, and I know there were a couple of times you had to throw a couple moves in there to keep him behind you, and that kind of battle. And then obviously that last corner, he turned it all. He did everything but spin it and hit the wall to try to pass you out of the last chicane there. But you two did a great job in that. It was fun to watch. But obviously,
yeah,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you can finish. You were just you were talking about just the fun that was.
Yeah, no, I feel like we have pretty good mutual respect for each other, and I understood what he was doing, and I think he understood what I was doing. So, a couple of those, I bet you it looked pretty aggressive by the way I like moved back over real quick, but I could tell he backed out, and I knew he wasn't going to send around the outside, so we both just got back in the line and went for another lap. But yeah, it was a lot of fun though. Just had to be completely on edge to stay out in front.
And you did what you had to do, so nice job on that. And as I mentioned, you finished second in the championship. Not a bad way to go into your first two full seasons as a driver in this series. You came in the first season. You weren't even a part of a team. You were an independent driver, and you come in and get yourself a top 5 in pretty much every race but Monza, if I remember correctly, and you led you on the way to a championship, including a some might say Indy 5 or Indy 250 win or not win, depending on appearance.
Phantom win.
But you did your part there, and then you come back this season and you get yourself a second place points run after winning the championship. I mean, not many people can say they have top 2 finishes in an IndyCar league like this in their first 2 seasons.
Yeah, it's obviously gone pretty well. It's just playing the strengths and stuff. I feel like so many drivers try to do things they can or try to push over the limit, and I feel like I've been able to find my limits, know what I can and can't do, and play to that. And it's definitely paid off in here and some other leagues and stuff. So, yeah, it's a little frustrating. I feel like I had a decent chance to win. I know Eric had more pace than me on the road courses, but I had a solid lead going in before a lot of incidents took us out of the hunt. But overall, yeah, it was a good 2 seasons. Trying to get more wins here, hopefully. Never know what's going to happen, but yeah, I mean, all things considered, happy to come home second still.
Absolutely. You represent that one with class, man, so nice job on that. And yeah, we hopefully look forward to seeing you next season, and we appreciate your time, obviously, as you've always been fun to talk to and stuff. Send shout outs to whoever you want to, bud.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think grandparents, family, anyone who's watching, I know there's a solid group of family and friends that watch every week here and other races and stuff too. So thank you guys. And yeah, obviously Race First and Sunset Arctic Games, Echo Blade, all of them, they obviously help a lot here and again in other series. And so yeah, just want to thank everyone there, and glad to get second. It's still a pretty good season.
Absolutely. Nothing to be ashamed of, Caleb. Nice job, man, and we'll hope to talk to you next season, bud.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Caleb Bensey joining us there as he finishes P2 in points. You can hear a little bit of disappointment in there, but he has nothing to be ashamed of. I think he represented at number 1 with class this season, because when you put that number 1 on your car, and that's in any IndyCar season, if it's real life or whatever, that means you're a champion, and you're the representative of the season. And Caleb went out there and he ran hard each week. He had some bad luck at the end, but he did what he had to do and gave it his all to win that championship.
Yeah, like I said, he has absolutely nothing to be upset, ashamed. Lose sleep over. Bad luck happens to everybody. He repeated over in the Reddit League. Your first 2 seasons, and the worst you do in the league here is you finish second. That's the worst you do. Like I said, I know there's a lot of other drivers that have been in. This is the 4th season. We'll be starting the 5th season. That have been in 4 seasons of TI, and that would love to trade places with him. So I'm sure that in hindsight he'll be probably happy about that second place. But I guess that kind of just closes the book on this year, and we start looking this season, and looking towards next season, where we have a new schedule day and a new outlook on an entire season coming up. So just like the Chicago Cubs, there's always next year. Well, next season is here in a couple weeks, so everyone gets to start fresh and see if season 5 will become their season to be champion.
It will be a different season. Let's go ahead and put it the way it is. Next season is going to be different. We're going to have new drivers. There's going to be new teams, a new night. For those who don't know, it will be on Tuesday nights next season. Basically doing a flip-flop with the TI Truck Series that runs on Tuesday nights. They're going to move to Mondays, and Monday's going to move to Tuesday. And the main reason behind that is, and then some of you might not understand this because I'm going to try to speak it outside of iRacing terms. There's a series on iRacing for each car and basically there's something called strength of field racing. So what that means is basically the most amount of drivers with the best strength of fields and stuff will race at a certain time on a certain day each night. It's not like a league type of thing, but it's like they all get together at that specific time and run that race slot.
And it
so
just happens to be this time.
It's right now. So they're moving this over to Tuesday to allow drivers to go run that strength of field coming up here starting next season. So that's basically the reason behind the switch.
Yeah.
So people know.
Well, and the other side of that is then that opens the door for those drivers that would, hey, I would like to run the TI League, but that's during my strength of field races. Now those drivers have been wanting to run TI that haven't been able to now are available to run TI. So you might actually see competition ramp up next year. That is a definite real possibility, and that is a great thing for the outlook of the league. I think the league has nothing but good things to look forward to, and every league has growing pains, even in your 4 or 5 seasons in your life cycle. I don't think that there's anything that this league faced this year that some other league hasn't faced.
Yep.
It's a good league, good admins, good sponsors. It has a great a broadcast partner in Captain TV. So this is a place that, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I want to try this out, come check us out. Hit them up on iRacing, do a search under TI IndyCar Series, apply, come join the Discord, get involved. They're accepting applications for drivers and teams. This is the place that you want to be on nights.
There you go. Well said, Gary. And I second what he said. I won't keep us much longer because I know we got things we want to go do. But, I said this Thursday night in a league I broadcast that had a couple of little issues with some things in the race. And I'll say it again here as we go off the air. No one's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. I have a league that I help run on Saturday nights. That, on and off from the time I've been on iRacing and not, that I've made plenty of mistakes myself and as an admin, as a league owner. I've also made mistakes as a driver. I've made plenty of mistakes up here in the booth. Broadcasting a race. And I've got a mistake I got to fix tonight that unfortunately happened during the race that, I admit right now I'm kind of disappointed it happened because no one's perfect. That's the same in this league. Chris Lewis has done everything he can to make this league great. He's made a couple mistakes as an admin, and we've talked about it. I've actually stepped up and tried to help him out and things like that. And no one's perfect. So hopefully everybody can go from that. And what you saw last week at Pocono wasn't perfect. And that kind of thing. And yes, unfortunately, every decision you make has a ramification or a consequence and that kind of thing. So every decision you make has an effect, every cause. So just be aware of that. And I'm done yakking because I know you guys are like, yeah. But with that said, Gary, man, I appreciate your time. And go enjoy your couple weeks off. I'll see you actually Saturday with VOR. As we broadcast that over here on Captain TV and stuff too, man. But we appreciate your time, buddy, and we go enjoy yourself.
Hey, thanks for having me again for the second straight season. And if you liked IndyCar action, check out Captain TV Saturday at roughly 7:30 or so.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see a exhibition race for the online race at Road America. Well, I will not be running up front.
Yeah, the one race I finished in VOR was that race, and I beat you. Anyways,
yeah, you did. Yeah,
we move on from there, and I'm not an IndyCar guy. Anyways, all right, we're out. We're done yakking. We appreciate everybody joining us this evening. Viewers, you guys are the best. Even if you think I'm the most boringest person in the world, I'm fine with it. As long as you guys enjoy your time here, that's all that matters to me. But with that said, I always leave you with the same quote each and every night. This isn't just a game. This is iRacing. See you!
Let go of fear you're holding. The fire smoldering, it's starting all over again. I got a feeling that I ought to know it, but it strong.